Hey, in this episode, we're going to talk about why do honeybees abscond. Stay tuned and I'll explain what absconding is and my honeybees, what happened to this feral hive I got. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. We're going to talk about honeybees today and absconding. What is absconding? It's completely abandoning the hive. The whole colony left. They didn't die out, otherwise there'd be little corpses laying around. No, there's for some reason they just up and left. The day before yesterday, I saw some bees on the front of the hive, quite a little cluster of bees on the front of the hive, and so I know they were there the day before yesterday. So one of the reasons why they may have absconded was because dense smoke in the area. We have a major forest fire burning to the north of us, and sometimes the wind will bring it down into our little valley. And that's what we're getting right now is, it's about 30 miles away, that fire, so it's far enough we're not concerned. There's another major fire burning over on the other side of the Cascade Ranges on the eastern side near a friend of mine who has a homestead, and it's getting really close to his homestead. He's at level 2 evacuation right now. I haven't checked this morning. He could be at level 1, get out of Dodge. But anyway, smoke will cause honeybees to leave. It's a safety mechanism, survival mechanism. What they will do is the whole colony will go in and gorge themselves on all the honey stores, and then they'll flee and relocate themselves to another location that they feel is safe away from the fires. So they have a gut full of honey, so they're able to feed the queen and feed themselves. So let's open the hive and see exactly what's going on. Now, mind you, this is that feral hive I retrieved from a broken tree sitting next to a driveway a couple weeks ago. And they did fantastic, but I'm afraid for my own honeybees now too, because I noticed they are all on the fronts of their hives in the opening. So it leaves me to be really concerned, especially with dense smoke in the area. So that's one reason why a bee colony will up and leave, called absconding. Okay, remove the telescoping cover. And this is the entrance reducer, the inner lid, the inner cover, and there is no activity of anything that's gone on up here in this upper chamber at all. Nothing. Okay, so the bees that were here for the 2 weeks that they were here didn't even stay. There's about 3 ladies right here on the corner, so they stayed in behind. I don't know what they're up to. Let's set them aside. Okay, the bees did not build this comb out at all. And here's the comb we salvaged from the tree. We can go ahead and discard this. They didn't build this out at all. Here's another comb. There's a bee right there. There's a couple of bees in these combs they're eating, or they're getting what's left of the honey. There's no queen in here. I wonder if these are just foragers from another colony. We're going to go ahead and remove this. No, these bees did not build out these frames at all. Not at all. We do have some honeybees in here, and we have some dead honeybees, which is the natural course, but there's only a few bees left. Only a few. this back together. I'm going to rehome more bees in here. I'm going to go ahead and put the inner cover on this one and the telescoping cover on. We're going to store this inside here. So I did find some stragglers behind. I went ahead and put this box back together because if I'm going to be doing some hive inspection today, and I'm going to go ahead and split some hives and try to find a queen cell, and if not, just find some brood, first day old eggs, and put them up in this box, and then the honeybees will build this one out. But I think I'll move this back to my apiary and not leave it here, because then those will be my domestic bees that I know what they are. As far as the honeybees that are there, I'm suspecting those probably are not the honeybees that were left behind or remained behind, but it's evident that the hive did swarm or abscond. They left. And these bees most likely are what they call robbers. They're from other feral colonies that are around, and they're kind of used to this smoke. So they're coming in and they're looking for food from an abandoned hive. So that's what they're doing. Could be, don't know. And you never know, because beekeeping is not... Oftentimes a beekeeper just does not know what's going on and why it's happening. We could see diseases in the way of parasites like mites, trachea mites, varroa mites. We can see the American foul brood. There's a European foul brood. There's also disease coming in from New Zealand, Australia area. So these different things we can be aware of, and we know treatments for those. But something like this, you can't control nature. And you can't control the bees' behavior to a point. If they want to up and leave and they found a new home, that's what they're going to do. Now back here in my forest, in the front of my property and in the back of the property and next door, we've got a lot of hollowed out trees. Plenty of cavities for bees to make a new home in. So there's a lot of resource around here for these feral bees, and even my honeybees if they want to swarm again. So there's a lot of potential. I just hope I wanted to point something out here. I found something interesting in my own apiary last night. I noted that all the bees on all the hives were on the front. Well, it was pretty hot. It was in the evening, so everybody was returning from foraging. It was getting hunkered down for the night. But I think it was just a little bit too warm in the hive, so they were trying to maintain the coolness of the hive. But this one particular hive, I noticed something. I really need to get in there and inspect it today. There was a lot of dead bees at the base of the hive, a lot of dead bees. Now this is one of my super hives. This is huge. That's going to be normal to see dead bees at the base of the hives, because the bees, the worker bees, will clean out the dead bees and put them down outside the hive on the ground. This is natural to keep their house clean. I'm afraid I might have a parasitic problem that I have to treat now. I was going to wait a month or two for the treatment, but I may have to treat that hive now, because if it's going to affect the whole hive, I don't want to split that hive and have it infecting other hives. I have these 4 back hives. 2 of them are fairly big, because you don't see any activity on the front. There are bees in these 2 hives, so I was going to take some frame of brood and worker bees and put those in there to help with their strength, to help get them ready for winter and get them settled into winter. And then next year, the beehives will be bustling and full, and I can go ahead and sell those to wannabe beekeepers. Well, that's my beekeeping adventure for today, and trying to determine what happened in the hive, why bees absconded, and what's going on in there right now. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges, west-southwest of Crater Lake National Park, just 30 miles south of a raging forest fire sending smoke into our little valley, which is possibly the culprit causing the bees to abscond. Please stay tuned to new videos. You could do that by subscribing, then clicking that bell icon, which would alert you to new videos as I do upload them. Hey, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share our videos on social media platforms. I'm spread out through different social media platforms as well. Be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode, okay? Bye-bye now.